Cyprus football, the passion of thrill. The passion of thrill. The stadiums roar, you can feel the chill. You can feel the chill. The teams are ready, the battles will start. The battles will start with dreams of glory, they'll play with heart.
Kalimera, Kalo Mesimeri, Kalo Vradi, Kalispera. Welcome to This is Mappa, whatever time you are listening or watching this particular episode. I'm here, Thaso's here. Bro, I don't know about you, but I still can't get over that intro, man.
It's a fantastic little thing, isn't it? The video, the song, it's all there. It's all there.
It encapsulates Cyprus football.
The chaos, yeah, the absolute chaos.
Chaos and carnage.
Yeah, chaos, carnage, Gipro.
Yes.
There you go.
You love to see it.
You do.
So,
Yeah.
loads and loads and loads to go through this evening, young man.
Yes, there is.
My
Let's
goodness.
skip the
My
pleasantries. We both know we're okay. So let's
Do I
go.
need to start crying?
No, we're fine. We're absolutely fine. Everything's great. Beautiful.
Okay.
Tutam fresh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I get the feeling this might last longer than it should, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's just go with it. Let's go with the first game. Let's go with the first game, and it was Anorthosi beating Omonia Gostesera by 2-0 goals by Conceição, Rafa Lopez, a winning start to Camaronese's home campaign, my friend.
Yes.
Good result there. Good result.
Yep. So he's got 4 points from his first 2 games. You'd say that's probably the absolute minimum that Anorthosi were probably wanting. At least the fans were probably wanting in those 2 games, and he's got them. Fairly standard win for Anorthosi. Two Omonia, Two Furious didn't really have much from their end. Rafa Lopez is banging in goals. But yeah, one thing that I noticed for Anorthosi is both their goals and plenty of their chances as well were coming in from dragbacks on the wing. So player out on the wing, brings it back and puts it across into the box, but on the edge of the box with the player who's kind of sitting back while the defense ball watches and moves towards the goal as the ball moves forward. But yeah. So look out for more of that. That's definitely going to be happening more.
For sure. And George is already here. The league is starting to fear the rise of Anorthosi again. Well, George, listen, for the sake of the league, we need Anorthosi to be in the top 6. For the sake of the league. It's a big club. Obviously, they've got financial problems. We don't know if they're going to have an embargo. It's still up in the air, but it's been a little bit quiet, hasn't it, on the financial front?
It has. And again, no news is good news. That financial audit is going to take a lot of time to do, especially, once things that have been buried beneath a massive pile of papers. It's been shredded a couple of times and glued back together, been pissed on, dried, all kinds of things. They have to decipher all those pieces of paper and all those numbers to try and figure out what the hell's going on at the club. It's going to take some time.
A bit of bad news though, because Chrysostomos out for 10 months, isn't he?
There we go. Yeah, that was something I was going to bring up. Was it 10 months? I saw 7.
I think so, yeah.
But
10,
yeah,
there or thereabouts.
they are sending him abroad to go get the required operation to try and fix the injury. So let's see. It's a shame because he's a very talented youngster. I think he's 22. 21, 22. Yep. So yeah, he's very talented, and he's even played for the national team a couple of times as well. So yeah, it's a big shame. Yeah, absolutely. Well, wish him all the best, and let's move on. Let's move on to the next game. Yep. And IL beats Garmiotissa by 4-0. Now those IL fans who didn't want Sacha, they might be eating their words a little bit. Lesovoy gave them the lead.
Maghrib made it 2. Then he scored a third from the spots. And with 10 minutes ago, Luther Singh made it 4. They absolutely battered Garbiotissa. And yes,
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
well-deserved victory.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Sachas is employing that 3 up top formation that worked so well at Akhna. Against Garbiodissa, he had Lesovoy and Toku doing inside forward stuff, with Magris playing down the middle. And he changed it up. He brought on Luther Singh, who scored the 4th. And Neil Fido at left back, but kind of towards the end of the game, he was playing more like a left wing role. He was just roving down that left hand side for Ajax. He was just cross after cross into the box as well. Garmodisa were absolutely nowhere. On Garmodisa's side, that Simic, it reminds me of Richard Dunn. He's an absolute liability.
Wow, and we were saying this guy joined from AC Milan. He was at AC Milan at one point, wasn't he?
That's the 3rd penalty he's conceded this season, and he's lucky to concede that penalty against Omonia as well, where he people's elbow.
Yeah.
He's an absolute liability. He's been, I don't know what's going on with him, but it's not going well for him at all.
Well, that's all. After Anorthos's win and Ael's win, we're going to talk about the table afterwards, but there's only 1 point difference between them and Apollon. In fact, Anorthos are level with Apollon.
Yeah.
So we thought that top 6 was practically wrapped up a few weeks ago with the 4-point gap. Now we must eat our words. Well,
Yep.
I must anyway.
Yep, it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game into that top 6. There's we'll look at the table later, but there's going to be a few more surprises to come.
Oh, for sure. But put it this way, let's talk briefly about Garmiotissa, because they are really struggling right now.
Yep.
Really, really struggling. And as much as I don't want to say this, we predicted that Gula would be the next one to go. Do you think Watermelon Sugar is going to be next?
Well, you see, I've been saying that for the last 2 weeks now. However, after the game, Stavros Dimosenos came out and said, "No, we're firmly behind the manager. We're firmly behind the manager, and we're planning January with him." So, I mean, let's see. Things change on the hour at Garbiotissa, so we'll see how that continues.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next. And Apollon's topsy-turvy week continued. They beat Ethnigo in the cup, but lost 1-0 to now Salamina Bahasa, scoring the winner. Apollon thought they had a penalty later on in the game, but it wasn't given. Well, it was given, but then the referee changed his mind.
Yep.
We're gonna see that in just a moment. But Salamina were down to 10 men at one point in the game, and here it is. I'm not sure what he saw, to be honest, this referee, for him to give the penalty. But
neither do I.
Yeah. Ball smash. Was it Lesiax? Was it Lesiax in the face? I don't even know who that was.
I mean that's a bold guy, isn't it?
It could be anyone. It could be me.
It should be. I think it's Lesiax. But yeah, it kind of bounced off his neck. It was like kind of the ball hit him here, and he gave it a handball. But yeah, yep. As well,
I think it was Velios, actually. It might be Velios.
Was it Velios? I don't know. I don't know if Velios finished the game because Dormishai came on. But yeah.
If anyone knows, it might have been Lesiax. He came on. He came off the bench. So it could be anyone. Anyone bald. Could be me.
Yeah. Could have been.
Or you.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't have the facial hair for it. You've got more. You've got more what Lesiax or whoever it was. You've got more what was going on there. But yeah, Apollon had the ball in the net as well. And it got given for offside, which I think is correct. But when they brought the lines up, it was like when I used to work on a construction site, we used to talk about like small distances, very small distances, and one of the guys on site used to say, "Oh, that's the width of a gnat's cock hair." That
Okay.
that's how wide the offside call was. It was very close.
Never heard that one before.
Yeah. I've only heard it on building sites. So obviously you won't mention it anywhere else, and that's cocker. But anyway, yeah. Now Salamina were not in this game at all. It was
Nope.
80% Apoll attacking the whole time. Until Durmishai came on. And Durmishai, I'm going to say my man Durmishai changed the game. He was the guy who crossed the ball for the goal. And if that ball hadn't gone in as well for the goal, it would have been a penalty because Bruno Santos tried to stop the ball from going in. He tried to lean forward, missed the header, and put his hand in the way to try and block it as well. But the ball still bounced off his hand and went in.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah, yeah. And the penalty. So
Yep.
the penalty gets given, goes to VAR. VAR calls it off, and Girzis storms out of the stadium after that.
He took his ball and went home.
He took his ball and went home. He left. I mean, there wasn't that much of the game left after that. But yeah, as soon as the decision was made to cancel the penalty, he was out the door. Yeah. So somebody's
as
not
every self-respectful president should.
Yes, of course. And obviously, he left a bit early because he had some paperwork to do, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
before you talk about that, let's stay on Salamina because there's a little bit of news.
Yes.
A little bit of news, and
Yes.
just like I don't know, herpes, he's back.
Yes, there he is. Simos Darabuluzis. He's back at work again. He's on his third job this season. He's like the opposite of head coaches in Cyprus. You know, head coaches, you've got loads, and he's just got loads of jobs. So yeah, he's at Nas Salamina now.
Technical director.
The nice little fact that I saw the other day is that for his last 2 games, Simo Darabuluzi has beaten Apollon.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because in his last game at Garmiodissa, he beat Apollon.
Wow! My God, I didn't think about that actually. Blimey! So you might as well every time that someone plays Apollon and they need a point or a result, just bring in Simo.
Exactly.
He's the boogeyman.
Yep. He is. He's the boogeyman. So yeah, I wonder if he's going to sign Bakic again as well.
You never know.
Because Bakic sure as hell isn't getting any games either. So.
My goodness. Well, if he doesn't, then you will know who was involved in the original transfer ceremony. You will know for certain. There won't be any more questions.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
Now, before we go into what happened at Apollon over the week, we need to go back to when we were recording last week.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned very briefly the cup game. So Apollon got through. Apollon got through to the cup, to the next round of the cup, by beating Ethnikos Achnas on penalties. It was a 0-0 draw all the way to penalties, and they beat Achna 4-3 on penalties. Now, the fans were not happy with the results or the performance or kind of what's been going on at the club for the last couple of weeks. And they decided to use that game to kind of show their, let's put it lightly, disappointment at how things were going.
Yeah, while you're talking, I'll bring it on the screen. There you go.
Yeah. So, there was some issues inside and outside the stadium after the game.
Yep.
There was tear gas that was fired. Some people tried to break into the VIP area of the stadium to kind of let Girzis and the rest of the Apollon board of directors what they think of their running of the club. But as well, some fans went towards the players' families to the point where basically, Gida is reporting as well that 3 players have requested to leave the club following the game. So, players' families have had their safety affected by this as well, which isn't good. It's not
No,
good.
not at all.
Players'
And the thing is
families
at the end
shouldn't
of
be
that
affected at
video,
all by this stuff. But yeah, go on.
no, I agree, man. At the end of the video, I don't know if you heard, but you hear a grown man shouting "Voithia," like help.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
stuff like this should not be happening.
No,
It should not be happening.
it should not be happening.
But at the same time, this doesn't come as a surprise because it's not the first time Apollon fans have been very vocal and how shall we say, projecting their displeasure at the club's running.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. I mean, it's not even just this season. Obviously, the amount of stuff that they've been that the fans have been up to, just this season. But yeah, we're going back to what is it, 22-23, where they played Garmiodissa. They lost 4-3, and the fans absolutely lost it. Manager resigned on air, like during the press conference, and the board of directors basically all handed in their resignations before dawn the next day. So, yeah, it's looking like it hasn't developed quite to the point, the situation there as yet, but it's getting very close. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And
So,
then
so you threaten the president, the board of directors. Guess what happens? Guess whose head gets chopped off? That's right. Number 11. Play that theme song.
Let's go.
Here we go again, it's another day, another manager is out, he couldn't stay. The ink's still wet on that brand new deal, but in Cyprus change is all too real. Oh, another manager is out. It's no surprise we scream and shout. Last season, 18, the year before was more. In this revolving door, who's keeping score?
Endaga, 11. Elf, not Christmas elf. 11 coaches out the door.
11 of them. We're on match day 13. We're on match day 13, and there's been 11 sackings, right? So if you do the stats, you follow that through, that's near on. If
One a week.
If it carries on, we're looking at about 30 sackings this season.
Oh my days! Oh
Can you
my
imagine?
days!
Can you imagine if this carries on?
Yeah, I can. I can imagine. I can.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It is.
Mate, we had how many? 23, 24 a couple
We
years
had
ago?
23, if I remember correctly. Yeah. 6 of them were Garmiodissa.
Yeah, we had 18 last season as the songs. So
Yeah.
we just 7 away. We're 7 away. And you know we're going to be by the end, I say by the middle of January, there's going to be at least 2 more.
Yeah.
At least 2 more.
Yep.
At least.
Definitely.
Madness.
So yes. Well, let's get some stats out about Adrian Gula.
Yep.
He was in charge for 13 games. We're not going to count the IL one, where Apollon won the game in inverted commas.
Yep.
But yeah, so he won 5 games and got 3 draws. So it's not exactly it's not great form. It really isn't great form.
Yeah.
But you know, if you have a look at Adrian Gula's kind of history, you've got 4 years at Trentin, 5 years at Žilina, 18 months at Victoria Plzeň, 9 months at Wisła Krakow, 18 months at Dunajska Streda, right? So he's a coach that you keep kind of with a long-term plan in place, right? is someone who will build a team for you. I think somebody on the Discord said is somebody who looks at your youth academy, brings players forward, develops a team, develops a key core of players and a team around that. And I'm guessing that's what Apoll wanted to do at the beginning of the season. But as soon as somebody starts on the president, the head that has to roll. And if there's a head to roll, it's the coach.
Look, we spoke about AL and their transfer activity in the summer. We also discussed Apollon's questionable transfer activity in the summer.
Yep.
And I can't think of 3 players that have come in for me to say, yeah, they've really done a job. I can't really think of 3. Off the top of my head, Weisbeck,
Yep.
if that, and maybe Doragaray, but again, he's been in and out of the team.
Yep.
Aside from that, who?
Very good question.
It is a very good question. Such a good question, it made you cough.
Thanks. I was trying to hide it on the on the audio, but yeah. You're right. They kind of went in and kind of I don't want to say it like that. They spent a lot of money on French players, right? Bolly, Weisbeck, Celestin, Boigard, D'Almeida, Ceci D'Almeida. A lot of players who were in the Championnat National, which is the 3rd division in France, right? So is that really the level that Apoll should be aiming for?
Well, that's the question that fans need to be posing the technical director that was bringing them in.
Well, yeah, but the technical director that's there was also the technical director at Nea Salamina that brought in Doragaray, he brought in Narsing, he brought malakies on loan. Before malakies was at Nea Salamina, nobody knew who he was. And he was at Apoll for like 4 years before that. So, it definitely has an eye for finding these players. It's just, I think it's just the number of players that they keep bringing in.
Yeah.
What is it? Valbuena said, I know what the club needs is stability, and kind of as soon as that they fired the head coach from last season and brought in Adrian Gula, and then they released, I think, something like 21 players, 22 players, and 24. What kind of stability is that? Like, how can you build a team with that?
You can't.
Yeah.
You honestly, you can't. And to be honest, unless they really get their asses in gear and bring in a coach that can somehow make them defensively stable, they're going to slip down the table. Now, they're talking about possibly Ketspire coming in.
Oh, God, no. 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 Oh, my. Oh, no. No.
No.
No.
No.
No. No.
Anyway,
Can you imagine a
let's move
player
on.
like Weisbeck playing for a team, playing for a Getspire team?
No.
No. He'll be gone in January.
No. That's,
Yeah.
No. We can't have this. We can't.
No.
I mean, for the sake of Apollon, we need to make a petition or something.
Listen, Girizis doesn't listen that much to fans of Apollon. Is he going to listen to us?
No, probably not. Probably not. Maybe if we start a petition to bring him in, then it might have the opposite effect.
Oh, well, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
On anyone.
I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
Anyway. Right. Let's go on to the next. And a 1-0 victory for AEK moves them up to 4th in the table. They beat Omoni Aradipu, and the goal scorer, Enzo Cabrera. A guy that should be playing for, no disrespect, a bigger team.
He should be in a bigger league.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But
Mm-hmm.
don't worry, it's coming. He's proving himself every season. So obviously he started off in Malta, completely wiped the floor with them, went to Aachen, scored loads of goals. Now he's at Ajax, he's getting on the score sheet again. We need to also mention Ajax won 8-0 against Bayek yesterday. And Cabrera, I think, scored 2 or 3 in that game as well. So, he's banging in goals for Ajax. I think he's destined for bigger things. So I think at the end of the season, I think a team with cash is going to be going in for him.
Can you imagine if he ends up at Glasgow Rangers?
Oh yeah. Imagine that.
I mean, our mate Kai will be very, very pleased about that.
I was going to say, Kai, imagine that.
Yep. Well, look, there's a comment from George. It would be great to talk about Timmy again every week. No, it wouldn't, George.
No.
It wouldn't. Because that would just give me the onus and the impetus to create a video about Terrorist Tim.
Another one.
And I don't want to do that. Another one. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like the Vada one, but like the Vada one, but like for Timmy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Don't worry, I'm not going to do it.
No, right. Okay.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay. Right. Other stuff that's happened at Ajax.
Yes.
So, Ajax have announced a blood donation drive for charity at the Ajax Arena on the 17th of December.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're free and you want to give blood.
And the next day, Father Christmas is going.
Yep.
You can meet Father Christmas. He's going to Larnaca. Yes.
All right. Okay.
He's going to meet the kids.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Give them their presents. Yeah.
There you go.
Show me a sec. Yes.
So it is the blood the presents. That's weird, isn't it?
Blood bags for presents. Nah.
No, normal stuff. Okay, all right. The other thing that happened as well is that Ajax have announced the release of Facundo Sanchez. There he is, 34-year-old right back, played 31 times, scoring twice and assisting 3 since signing in the summer in 2023. So now
he's only played 2 games since joining them.
No, he's played 31 times.
Oh, 31.
Twice. Yeah.
Right.
And
twice. Like what?
So now you might know this a bit more than I do, but what happens in Cyprus in the January transfer window to basically not have 24 players leaving a team and 24 players joining the team? You're only allowed 4 in, 4 out in January. Does Facundo Sanchez count as one of the outs, or is this?
No, I don't think it does.
Because it's outside the transfer period.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Which means that there might be 4 more outs at Ajax. But yeah, they're getting on with things quietly, aren't they?
Yep.
Just climbing up the
Absolutely.
table, just doing it quietly, not tearing up the place. Just
like cockroaches.
Yeah, just shh.
You can't hear them, but you can see them.
Shh. I'm hunting championships.
Well, the ultras might get their wish.
Like Elmer Fudd.
We demand the championship.
Oh yeah, they did demand the championship, didn't they? Yeah.
They did.
Well, let's see.
You never know. You never know.
Let's see.
Just saying, you never know.
Yeah. Let's see.
Right, on to the next. Or is there any more news?
No, no.
Okay, all right. On to the next game. Fun. And Ari beats Paralimni by 2 goals to 1. Kogorin giving them the lead before your mate, Thaso, Sambu, equalizing with half an hour to go. And what a celebration this was. This was just, fuck you, Thaso. Look at that.
Yeah.
Beat the chest.
Hey, it's not me. It's not me. Anyway.
Ari then had the goal disallowed for a foul. And upon viewing it again, referee got it absolutely spot on. Another stamp on foot, which I'm sure is going to be put in the VAR thing. But then Andreu had a great chance in stoppage time, but he put it wide.
Yeah.
He put it wide. That would have been a famous win for Paralimni. And then lo and behold, Ari get a winner. Gaustad, the youngster, putting it in the back of the net. epic celebrations. Goalkeeper pretending that he hurt himself. He didn't. He fumbled it and he didn't hold on to the ball. Good win for Ari. Well deserved, I must admit, because they're all over him. But Baralimni's so close to getting a point, even the 3, mate.
Yeah. The Baralimni, since Kanadi's come in, have been a lot more solid. They're going at teams more. So, you know, he's been doing a good job. There's not a lot more to say to that.
Very, very brave, I must admit, as well.
Yeah, because he's proper going for teams as well. Like again, Sambu, right? It's not me who's negative about him. It's supporters of all the teams he's played for previously that have been negative about him. You know, and last season he wasn't getting on the score sheet that much either when Baralimni were in the 2nd division. So the fact that he's actually getting in there and getting goals now, I think is a testament to him as well as the manager.
For sure.
Yeah.
And speaking of the manager,
Yes.
he's about to bring in 3 players.
3? I only know 2. You know 3?
3? Yeah,
Okay.
go on.
So
go on. Here we go. Go
yeah,
on.
so the first one is your friend of mine, Sim Tandy.
Yes, come on.
Sim Tandy. People who watched my Garmiodisa Football Manager save will know that Sim Tandy. I love the guy. I think he's a fantastic player. I thought he was great before, but now he's fantastic because specifically for me, what he did for Garmiodisa, I turned him into prime. What would you prime Salgado, prime Sergio Ramos?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah. I won't go far to say Puyol, but I'd say
Yeah. And so the second one is Damir Kanadi's gone and done a bit of nepotism, hasn't he? With
for sure.
trying to sign his son.
Yep.
And then the third one, I think, actually, I saw you post about this earlier
midfielder
on.
from Velez Mostar, club in Bosnia, a Brazilian midfielder called Rodrigo Souza.
Yeah.
3. So that's their 3, I guess. That's their 3.
Well,
And
there's one more. Yeah, one more to come in. Exactly.
Excellent. Okay. Right. What have we got next? Let me see what's on the ticket. Okay, let's go. Excuse me. Buffalo beats Etnigo by 2-0. Jairo scoring the first, Golda making it 2. But then the game was called off because of torrential rain and the pitch being utterly shite. And what you'll see in just a moment are some clips of the referee doing his best to prove that the pitch was unplayable, just throwing the ball in the air, seeing if it was going to drop or bounce. It did neither, really. The game continued at some point, and then we saw one moment where Jairo's gone to get the ball and he kind of slips. And what you'll see right now, for those of you who obviously can't see if you're listening, there's a massive leak in the roof. So whoever sat below is getting absolutely covered, drenched. You're seeing players slip all over the place. There's one moment where the ball's played back to the goalkeeper, gets stuck in the turf. Flipping Dragomir slips up. And then this is the one where the ball gets stuck in the turf. Referee says, right, enough's enough. Let's just test the pitch.
Do another check.
And he went through almost every area of the pitch. He went from one goal mouth to the other goal mouth, dropping the ball throughout the pitch, just up, mate, you can't play. Just stop it there and then stop it. It goes to the halfway line. The linesman kicks the ball, gets stuck in the turf. It's continual, just utter madness. Why are they doing this? I don't know. You know that you can't play on that pitch. There's nothing you can do unless you get 80-degree heat and it evaporates all the water. But then they decide to carry on the game the next day, and
sunshine.
And the sun was out. Happy days, yeah. Happy days.
Yeah, but barely anything happened in the sun.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Although Ander Egan did hit the post.
He did, yes.
Yeah.
We have some Buffalo news though.
Yeah, so we're talking about manager sackings a lot, but Buffalo, considering their history of what they did to managers before, have announced a new contract for Juan Carlos Carcedo and his
Yep.
coaching team.
Yep, that's right.
So, coach
That's
who's
right.
been in charge since the beginning of last season. He's won the Club Cup. He's got them into a league stage of European competition at the first time of asking. My question to you is, who knew that some stability at the club would mean consistency and success?
Yeah, who'd have thought?
Yeah,
Who'd have thunk it?
yeah. Only
I,
Spilevsky has been our head coach longer at a
Yeah,
club than him.
yeah.
And it's weird that the top two teams are the ones with the longest serving coaches.
Quinky Dink, maybe. I'm interested to know who thought it was a good idea to have Carcedo's signature on the top left-hand corner of the screen, as if like no one can forge it.
That's it. Now you can dip, dip, dip.
Now, there's another bit of news which I don't think you put in your notes.
No, I did not.
But Dragomir, the Buffalo central midfielder, has spoken to the Romanian press and he said, look, if I'm not going to get called up to the Romanian national team, I'm getting my Cypriot passport in a year's time. I might have to play for the Cyprus national team. Can you imagine Dragomir in the middle of the park
Nah,
for
listen,
the national team?
listen. It beats playing Castanos.
True.
Yeah.
I can imagine a midfield three of Dragomir, Morgan Brown, if he gets his passport, maybe Humbo, Monia's Humbo, maybe, or maybe the lad that came off the bench for you guys, because we're going to talk about him later on. I'm sure we are. I'm sure we're going to talk about him later on, but it's looking interesting now, isn't it?
Yeah, you see, all of a sudden, all these players are coming forward to be like, yeah, I'll play for Cyprus, where before they were like, silence.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Marcus
so
Edwards.
strange.
Marcus
Yeah.
Edwards,
Come
your
on,
time.
come on, Marcus.
Your time is coming.
Come on, Marcus.
Come on.
I'll make you some kubebka. I'll make you some kubebka.
He's got his mum to do that. What are you talking about?
No. Listen. Mind it better. I'll make you some kubebka, Marcus. Do it. Call it a bonus. I'll make you some kubebka.
True that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Final game.
Oh, I wonder what game it is.
Yeah, it's the Lefkosia derby. It ended Omonia 2, Apoll 2. Omonia storming into a 2-0 lead in the opening 16 minutes, but Omonia doing Omonia things, bottling it in the games that matter, especially against Apoll. Thrillophobia strikes. Omonia took the lead through Loizu. Jovetic made it 2. Drazic then pulled one back 10 minutes before half-time. Then he grabbed an equalizer on the hour mark. More tragic defending from Omonia. I mean, the more I see this, the more infuriated I get, because it was utter comedy. And to be honest, mate, I think Omonia got out of jail in this one, because if Apoll were in form, you lot would have won that. I'm pretty certain that would have happened. Pretty certain.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. First half, especially that first 20, 25 minutes, it was almost all Omonia, just attack.
Yep.
Going 2-0 down, I was not happy. I'll tell you that. I was not happy. It was an absolute shambles. Lack of concentration, not tracking runners, ball watching, slow, old, geriatric defenders. I'm not going to name names, but everybody knows who I'm talking about. For that second one, I had a couple of messages come in saying that, well, obviously from Apoll fans, saying that it was a foul by Jovetic on Laifis in the build-up to the goal. If it gets given as a foul, I think it's soft, because I think both players were going at each other there. But we've seen them given. If I was if I was on the opposite end of that and it got called back, I'd be screaming blue murder. So I can't say, yeah, that's a foul. But people have been making the argument that it was. But for me, that's an excuse. Everybody else in that in that highlight was static. Nobody had moved with the runner. Everybody had stayed. Like people had stopped running or carried on running when the Omonia players were standing still. Very easy pass, very easy drag back, pass into the box, finish from Jovetic. It was all far too easy. And, you know, kind of at 2-0, I thought, this is going to end up being 3 or 4. I don't know what happened. You guys basically discussed
Omoni's
it.
defending happened. Omoni's defending happened.
You discussed it for however long. You said you weren't going to last long on No Chofters, and I think you're still on for an hour talking.
I think we're still talking about it, to be honest.
But yeah, I've got to say about Drazic. Drazic, even when El Arabi gets fit again, I think Drazic should be starting games. He's more of like a Kviridaya type player, which is what we need up front, because that's the kind of player you want who gets other players involved. El Arabi is great for finishing, but he's a poacher. He's somebody who works in that 18-yard box, 6-yard box. He's not going to do much outside of it. You don't want him doing much outside of it because, you know, he's 39 years old. What you're going to do with a 39-year-old trying to sprint back to defend? He's not going to do it. But yeah, by getting rid of El Arabi from the first 11, it removed the focal point from the attack side of things, which meant that, you know, you're not as one-dimensional as you were when El Arabi was playing. So I think Drazic should be starting every game. El Arabi should be an impact player. Now, that's him. I got to talk about the young players. Corbu coming on every time he's come on, he's been impressive. Abanya will run 1,000 miles for this team. He's everywhere. He's right back, left back, defensive midfield, attacking midfield, up front. He's doing absolutely everything.
I found out something. I found out something the other day, right? And I don't think he'll mind me saying this, but Vassor, our friend Vassor. Now we know his relationship with Apoll, right?
Yeah.
I was speaking to him the other day, and I mentioned Abanya because he was sensational.
Yeah.
Absolutely sensational. When I first saw him, I was like, is this a footballer or not? Like, what is this guy? But since then, it's like I've put some sauce on him. I don't know. But I tell you what, against Omonia, he started as a central midfielder with Teixeira.
Yep.
He was covering at right back, covering at right wing. He was box to box. He was getting the ball on the right hand side. In fact, I think it was his cross that led to the first goal.
Yeah.
Ball winning. I mean, he's just like a nice version of Sarfo.
Yeah. Yeah.
No disrespect to Sarfo, but
no, I'll disrespect him. I got no problem disrespecting Sarfo. I've made my thoughts very well known about why he shouldn't be in the team and he should be gone. But anyway, Abanya he's a fantastic player. I love him. I think he's great.
But there's one lad. Go on, you go, Karen.
I was going to say one more thing about Abanya. What I've seen is he's a bit over enthusiastic. So, it might take one too many touches, for instance, to lose the ball, or kind of in the tackle. He's hanging around with Teixeira, so in the tackle he's a bit forceful. He's going to start picking up yellow cards like Teixeira does. But I think your midfield three needs to be Teixeira, Abanya, and Sacha. Unless you've got one more player, one Cypriot player that kind of came on. I've spoken about him a couple of times, but very, very briefly, because again, he's only been seen very briefly before as well, and that is Katirgis. Yeah. Fantastic player.
I'll tell you what, he came on and he showed absolutely no fear.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, right? He wasn't afraid to, get stuck in. He wasn't afraid to run with the ball, play square balls, spray them out wide. He was running at players. I'm looking at him thinking, my goodness, this lad, he needs to get more minutes, and apparently his brother is better than him. Apparently.
Ah, man. Listen. We need Apoll. It's been a very, very long time that a young player coming through, doing what Gatrichis has done. The last one to do that, Sacha, and then after that, he's kind of been a bit part player, so he's not really. We need to see him more. I think that's especially over the last 2 weeks has kind of proven that we definitely need to see him more. Gatrichis as well is another one we need to see a bit more of. I'm not sure why. Well, I am sure why, but Sapinto kind of didn't trust him. Dominguez didn't really do much with him either. Less said about the manager who started the season, the better. So, Jimenez, it looks like he's more trusting of the young players. So hopefully he takes Petrovic, throws him into a furnace or something, and then starts playing Cipriano instead.
Okay.
And I want to see Lautaro Cano as well, who's a very young player who did well at AL last season, towards the end of the season. So
you sound like you're making a Christmas list.
He's making a list. He's checking it twice, etc. Yeah.
I just want to talk about my team briefly.
Yeah, but talk about your team. I
feel like I'm neglecting them a little bit today because I've taken some time to think about what to say about them. And you're right. After the first 2 goals, I thought we're going to go on to get a third and maybe a fourth because you lot were there for the taking. And I do analysis videos for No Choftes, and I was speaking about exactly what you said about your team. Defensively, they're in the line. They are easily caught out on cutbacks, man on the back stick. Obviously, both of our goals, cutbacks, man on the back stick. It was similar, but it happened with Ari the week before for you lot. It happened. It's been happening all season. So you guys were there for the taking. But the moment we went 2-0 up, it's almost as if, right, we're going to drop down a gear and invite the pressure. But that for me, that's fine. If you're going to invite the pressure, it's fine. But you need to do the basics right defensively. And while our goals were defensive fuck-ups from you lot, your goals, Christ, ours were even worse. The first one, no one is marking Abanya, who crosses the ball. Pizzi does a give and go. Drazic puts the ball in the back of the net, no problem. And the second one, as you saw, Evandro decides to head it backwards for some reason. Maric tries to keep it in instead of putting it out for a throw. Diunco doesn't get close enough on the guy that crosses the ball. And then there's 3 men in the box. 2 of them are the central defenders. One of them is Semedo. And then you got Loizo running in the box. There's no communication. Next thing you know, everyone's on the floor. And the ball breaks to Drazic. And he's like, oh, hello, open goal. Literally an open goal.
Yeah. I mean, Drazic is on confidence at the moment, but the fact that there was no reaction from the Omonia players. I mean, even Fabiano had a bit of a nightmare there, didn't he? Because he dives to try and get the rebound that I think it was Dongala who shot.
Because I think it was Koulibaly that blocked it, and Fabio was on the floor. And next thing you know, Drazic, who took the original shot, has just crept round the corner.
crept around Dongala and got in on the other side. And even if he didn't meet the ball, I think there was
there's one more player there. Yeah,
I think it was Donny who was running in. He was going to get to it otherwise. So either way, there was a goal there, and it's really disappointing on Omonia fan side. Have you just read that comment from Andrea Bazzalo?
Yeah. Andrea says, "Stel, I will pay you to visit my family dressed as Grinch." Andrea, okay, I'll do that. No problem. Where's your family? Where are they? I'm not going to come to Cyprus to do that. That means I need to get on the plane and travel 5 hours. Although I would actually do it. I would get on a plane dressed as a Grinch. I don't know if I'd get through security.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Yep. And
Yeah.
Pedro says, so basically you want him to come with what he's wearing at the moment. Face cannot. Yeah, true. Well, Pedro, it's obvious. There you go. Hello, boys. Hello, Yasona. And bonjour, les gars.
Yeah, bonjour les gars. Bonjour. Bonjour, mec. Yeah.
There you go. And he says either Left Coast or Florida. Well, I don't like America, bro. Sorry.
That's a longer flight as well, isn't it?
I don't like it. I was in Miami last December for a few days and it was horrible. Like raining, cold. And like the nearest supermarket was about 3 miles away. No. Fuck that. No. Left Coast I'll do, no problem. Fucking America. No, thank you. Anyway, let's do the league table. That's all.
Let's do the league table. Let's do it.
Let's go. Come on. There we go.
So,
go ahead.
So yeah, Bathos are top with 34 points. Only lost 1 game all season so far. Aris are in second with 32 points. Ajax are in third with 27 points. This is what I meant about Ajax doing things quietly. Who knew Ajax were good? Did you know Ajax were third before you looked at the table? But yeah, Omonia are fourth with 26 points. Apoll are fifth with 21 points. Now here's the interesting bit here. You've got Apollon in sixth with 18 points. Anorthosis in seventh with 18 points. AL in eighth on 17 points. So you've got
and Ethni got in ninth on 14th, mate.
Exactly. So I think all 4 of those teams are going to be fighting for that last place there. It's going to be an interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Then you've got Omonia Radipo in 10th with 12 points. Nasalamino in 11th with 10 points. Garmodisa in 12th with 10 points. Paralimni in 13th with 9 points. And 2 Omonia, 2 Furious in 14th with 6 points. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, there's a question there right at the bottom there. So that's it for our boys' title chances. It's very difficult to come back from that. But again, if your season's over after 13 games, what's the point of playing the other 23 games? There's still 23 games to play.
Do you know what, Thasso, right? You guys are what, 5 points behind us? And I still think you lot got a better chance of winning the title than we do.
I don't know, man. It's too early to call it. It's too early.
I know this team. They haven't got it in them. I know my team. They have not got it in them.
What if they high get buyer? Imagine! Oh my god! Imagine Omonia gets buyer. I deserve that. I deserve it. Oh god, I deserve that. No, you're right. Anyway,
are you done?
I'm done. I'm done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what's next?
What's next? Let's see. So we've done all the games. So I've got here Doxa Gadogopgia going down the pan. Should we talk about that for a bit?
Yes.
So the board of directors at Doxa released a statement 2 days ago. Yeah, Monday. On the club's financial issues. I'm going to read it. I'm going to try and read it as quick as possible. Dear Gadogopgians and friends of Doxa Gadogopgias, we are communicating with you today to inform you of the dramatic situation we find our beloved club in. In particular, with respect to the current economic situation at the club is in danger of stopping all activities immediately. The main reason for this is the critical state the club was handed over in, the results of which mean that the immediate outgoings cannot be paid, such as player salaries. This means the players will leave, the team will be dissolved, and the payments of large value in agreement with their contracts. The only hope of saving the club and turning around the club's direction is the immediate economic support from all people from Gadogopgia, regardless of their support of the club. If we want Doxa to continue to make us proud, then each Gadogopgian needs not only tomorrow, But today, in capital letters, today, to provide support in an economic nature so that Doxa, which has kept the name of our beloved village alive for the past 50 years, will stay alive in this struggle. For this reason, the board of directors invites every person from Gadokopia in a full community meeting on Monday, 16th of December at 7 o'clock in the association buildings in Beristerona. Everyone who had been involved in the community's presence is required. Your non-attendance is not a choice at this moment in time with the club's future at stake. We are sure that altogether we will be able to reverse today's situation and that we can see better days for our Doxa. We await you.
So what are they going to do? Just knock on everyone's doors and say, you're coming?
I don't know how that's going to work. Do they have a list of all the refugees and their families from Gadokopia? I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it, or are they going to aim at all the all the people from Morpho as well? I don't know. I don't know how.
Well, my mum ain't going to go. Fuck that. I don't think she even knows that Doxa is a team.
Huh?
She knows Doxa don't know, but she doesn't know.
Oh yeah. So Doxa have very rich history. To the from the way that they were created in the first place. So Doxa exactly comes from Doxa do Theo, because they were created by the church as a football team. It's a football team for the church from Gadokopia. It's a bit like Thoy Lagadamias is the same. So army, yeah, exactly. EXO!
Do you know what? They could see if they were smart, they'd get that priest that did the whole EXO thing, right?
Yeah.
And do make him a pitch side reporter or just a journalist for the club and interview players. And people will just watch, and they can make money from the ad revenue.
Yeah, maybe that's the way to do it, because giving away a what was it, a moped, that didn't work out very well, did it?
No.
But yeah, the bit that got me in this whole thing is where is it, the main reason for this, the main reason for the economic situation at the club is because of the critical state the club was handed over in. So they're not mentioning any names, but we all know who they're talking about, right?
I don't know who you're talking about.
I
don't know.
Mr. Fox, Garavidas. I'll mention him. I'm not worried about getting sued. Yeah. So, overspending by Garavidas in the season that they got relegated, and then all the players that Garavidas brought in to try and get the club promoted again, and then him kind of going, see you later.
I have a question.
On.
How much do you think their debt is?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they owe quite a lot of money on salaries.
Didn't they get some money for Mr. Dibidai?
They did. They got 100,000 euros. Well, whether or not he's paid them yet, he owes them that one.
Does he owe the club or does he owe someone?
That's a good question, isn't it? But
just putting it out there.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Anyway, anything else?
Well, not on Doxa. I've got one more bit, and this bit is the surprise for Stel, because I had to write the Twitter post as we were getting ready for doing the pod. So Stel hasn't seen this stuff yet, but we're going to talk about our usual Wednesday night little
I'm so excited.
little do the thing, play the thing.
It's time to spin the wheel. What is coming? We don't know. In the wheel.
What is coming? I don't know. I don't know.
So I'm gonna have a little go at Aristoteles tonight because he's posted. Yeah, he's posted 2 punishments, or at least 2 issues that have been brought up to him. But where it says abofasi normally, the decision, he's left it blank.
Oh.
Like there's nothing. So Doxa under 16 coach Frixos Ioannou was sent off for inappropriate behavior off the bench. And while he was given repeated recommendations and warnings during the match for his behavior, he protested strongly with gestures, creating tension on the benches, and leaving for the locker room, continued to complain to the assistant referee in the match. And in the Abofasi, there's nothing.
Okay.
0, all right? And then same thing for this as is Sotiris Konstantinou, who's a player for Apollon under 14s. He was sent off for inappropriate behavior on the bench, but afterwards it says he apologized at the end of the match. so for him it's like he's 14. He said sorry. It's fine. So that's the first thing. Now
he bought a torta from Zorbaz and gave it to the referee.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so he got sent off. Hold on, where was he playing? So they were either playing it. Well, they were either playing in Lemes or Yeri. So there would have been a Zorbaz somewhere around. So it would have gone and got something to say sorry. But yeah, one for first division for you in the Anorthosi versus Garmiodissa game. So
that was Gamoranese's first game.
Yes. So Anorthosi have been fined after their game versus Garmiodissa because fans damaged the pitch, right, by throwing pipes. They broke. No. By throwing pipes. By throwing pipes, they broke off the toilets in the stadium.
Amazing. That is amazing. Can you imagine like fucking piss and shit coming out the pipes as well? They're landing on the pitch and a massive turd goes flying out.
Obviously, they weren't happy that they drew 1-0 with Garmiodissa. That's got to be it, hasn't it?
Amazing.
And the thing is, as well, they were the away team, right? They were playing in the Amohostos. So a few things there. Obviously, they also trashed the Salamina stadium.
So hang about. So on one side you got all the phlegm and mucus from the Salamina fans, and on the other side you got pipes with shits everywhere.
Oh god!
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it was against Garmiodissa. So on one side you've got dirty stuff happening with them lot exchanging cash during the games in full view of everybody, and on the other side you've got literal dirt. Shitty pipes.
Amazing.
So we've got that. We've also got.
Did he use the word Solines as well?
Yes.
Oh yes, come on! I love that word, Solines. Sorry.
I've got. No, I'm not going to go on that tangent. Right. Because there's a lot of Rionidis tonight. So, Alexei Shpilevsky has been fined for inappropriate behavior towards the away fans when they played Apoll at the end of the match, right? So he's like he complains quite a lot about behavior of people, right?
Well, he was complaining about Ajax a few weeks ago, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he's done it a few times. I think when Ari played Apollon, and the fitness coach at the time, who was an Apollon fan, got involved in some back and forth with some Apollon fans, and then he decided to jump in and do something about it. So, it doesn't help his case, does he? Just
No.
wanted to bring that up. And lastly, so we're going to go to the third division.
Oh.
We're going to go to Omonia Psevda versus Yeroskibu FC. Okay.
Okay.
So
Oh,
both
this
teams.
is a good one already. I can tell.
Yeah. So both teams have been fined because a massive fight happened between all the players, right? So
Okay.
both teams have been fined for that. Now, two players in particular have been banned for 2 games and fined. But I've also got to say as well that Omonia Psevda, as the home team, had an additional fine because a fan of theirs threw a plastic chair at a Yeroskibu player. and I can imagine the plastic chair as well. You know those white
The white
those
ones,
white ones.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we've all got those. We've all got those. I've done it. Any Greek or Cypriot family that doesn't have one of those white
Right.
chairs, at least
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And it's the dad that uses it when he's doing the formula.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
With the cardboard, just fanning it.
Yeah. But so I like the way that Vrionidis kind of puts the punishments in because he it makes it sound like it's supposed to be anonymous. The thing is,
Okay.
though, he brings up the two players in question, right? Panayiotis Panayiotou, who plays for Omonia Psevda, has been banned for 2 games and fined, and Olivier Mbembele has been banned for 2 games and fined on Yeroskibu FC side, and he says that he's been banned for 2 games and fined for provoking the fans.
Okay.
So, who do you think was the one who got the chair?
I wouldn't know.
Obviously, he's gone up to somebody and be like, Olivier Mbembele sounds like he'll be French. Merde, ta gueule. What's another one?
Je ne comprends pas.
No, je ne comprends pas just means I don't understand. Ta gueule means shut the fuck up.
Okay.
So something like that. So you've got somebody from Sevda's gone.
Amazing.
Throwing the chair at him. Plastic chair. So
There you go.
we've had plastic chairs, we've had shit pipes,
Shit pipes.
and we've had
Dustbins.
bins.
Yeah. What's next? What's next?
The creativity, not just the creativity, but the resourcefulness of the Cypriot football fan, ready to throw whatever he can find onto the pitch.
Well, Thasso, I have one more for you.
Do you?
I have one more for you. And I'm
Oh.
sure you've seen this. And it's actually a question, not just to you, but to everyone that's watching or listening. Do you think there will be a fine implemented at a football club or for a football club if a fan has brought an inflatable dick in the stadium?
Yes.
And people are like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, for the benefit of those who don't know, Omonia's official YouTube channel decided to air highlights of the Apoll game, but it was more like an interactive thing where they got cameras all over the place so you can see the fans or just all sorts of stuff, behind the scenes kind of stuff. One thing they didn't edit out was this. So here's Simic on the ball, and you'll see. I will take it back. There is a fan with an inflatable penis.
Yep, there he is.
What I find even more amusing is that there are so many fans watching the game as if like it doesn't even exist. It's not there.
There's a joke I can make there, but I won't because we're.
Oh, you can do it. Doesn't matter. What's one more dick?
Well, there you go.
10,000 dicks. 10,001 dicks.
Yeah, but it was. I don't know. Maybe it was because that guy probably had it out since the way I'm saying it. That guy probably had it out from like an hour before the game, right? So people probably got used to it by the time.
No, but the thing is, like, I'm thinking, did he inflate it when he was in the stadium?
Oh, can you imagine?
Well, he's got to go to the turnstile and show his gata filaslu, right?
Yeah.
You know, they're like, "Who's your mate? Where's his?"
Well, it's either that, right, or it's either that, or he snuck it in. So he snuck it in and inflated it, right? Or he just brought it in direct and had to get special dispensation for the club, like when they had for the banner.
Yeah,
So
true.
the club had to go, yep, fine. So I'm
Or
going to keep an eye out.
maybe he had it with him as he was going through the turnstiles, and someone said, "Oh, he's brought Grigori with him." What are you doing here? You should be in the executives. Oh, I want to be with the fans because I'm a fan.
That
I'll be like a bloody ventriloquist.
Listen, as long as you don't make him, yeah, I was going to say, as long as you don't make him cry. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Like Aladdin's lamp. You get 3 wishes if you rub it.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's not that kind of show, guys. Sorry.
But yeah, I suspect something's going to be put in. Frioni, this is stuff next week. So I've got to make my eyes perilla next week.
I'm actually more surprised they actually left it in the video. Of all the camera angles, they could. I'm pretty certain they left it in there deliberately, man.
They more than likely did that.
I'm pretty certain.
Yeah.
Anyway,
specifically for the content, like us talking about it right now.
Flipping hell. Anyway, we're done.
Yeah.
It's time to spin the wheel. What is coming? We don't know. Spin the wheel now.
Right. Is there anything else?
Not from me.
Not from you.
I'm done.
Okay. Well, I have one. And it's what we usually do every week. And it's PASP Corner. Yes, our friends PASP, along with Charity Idols and the Cyprus League, are supporting the Water and Colour initiative to fund children's programs. 14 players created heart paintings, and their signed shirts, along with the paintings, will be auctioned online from the 9th until the 23rd of December at CharityIdols.com. Proceeds will benefit the Alma Child Development Center, Unique Smiles, and the ARC Foundation. Now, the initiative was highlighted at the House of Representatives Christmas tree lighting ceremony, attended by players and association representatives. And we have a video as well. Here we go. Lovely. Painting hearts. Thank goodness there wasn't a guy running in the background with an inflatable dildo. Just
Yeah, imagine that. Just thinking of a player who maybe would have done that.
Yep. Yeah. No. But yeah, so that's the PASP corner for the week. And I think we're done, mate. In all fairness,
Yeah.
I think we're done. Is there anything else to talk about? We've got how many games left until the Christmas break?
I don't know. Again, we're match day 13, which means we're exactly halfway through the regular season. So, you know, twists and turns that have happened already. Imagine what's going to happen in the next 13 games.
Yep. Well, there's definitely games this weekend because Isle are playing Omoni Gosenya and
Yep.
Orthodoxy playing Omoni Aradipo. It's basically the other way around now. So we're starting again. So Ike are playing Apollon, Apoll, Paralimni, Etnigo Omonia, and I think Salamina Buffo on the Monday. The game that didn't happen in the first week because of the European game. So yeah.
Yep.
You know. Anyway, so that is pretty much it. That's all more.
Yep.
Unless there's anything else you'd like to add.
Nope, nothing more for me.
Okay, fair enough. Well, guys, we are on X and Instagram at This Is Mappa. And I'll tell you what, our Instagram numbers have blown up the last week. I don't know if you know, but according to the statistics, we have got over 140,000 views on videos in the last 2 weeks, which is insane.
People like Atirchis, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, true. But it was mostly the IL ones, to be honest.
Well, you know, Stavros.
There you go.
Levendi.
So yeah, actually, tell a lie. Looking at it now, in the last, let me find it. Let me just bring it back up again. Hang on, just barely 1 moment. In the last 14 days, let me hit that update button. 148,828 views on our videos.
That's
now,
it's
all right. It's all right. So yeah, give us a follow. And yeah, that is pretty much it. We'll be back next week. Sasso is at Flares Cafe, so give him a follow on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, OnlyFans. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll be back very, very soon. Adios.
Bye.